Before we open the floor for questions in a few minutes, I would just like to introduce our last speaker, Bernat Ananios, who's the co-founder of Heura Foods.
Thank you very much for being here. It's good that at the end we sneak this debate in this COP26, even though if it's difficult. I'm representing Heura Foods as one of the leading plant-based companies in Europe, but I'm also representing a whole industry all around the world. There are many companies trying to push this. So I'm not just talking about Heura Foods, I'm going to talk about the broader perspective. I think the summary of what they said, so they made very easy to me, is that animal meat is obsolete. It doesn't make any sense in this century. It's out. It's from last century. So, and I'm going to put it very, very graphically, and it's something I use a lot. Could we imagine ourselves like illuminating our houses with whale oil? No one would imagine this, or using candles. We go there and we have a LED light, because we know LED is better than the others. Same with, are we going by horse? Do you imagine all the horses here at COP26, like parked there and with all the problems that this would have in health, obviously ethical, in animal rights, etc., etc. This doesn't make any sense. But if we go back, meat is produced the same way that was produced the whale oil, and that was like used transportation, like horse as a transportation method. So it is the only, or one of the only sectors that actually did not evolve. We are the same, and we are actually not the same, we are worse, because we treat the animals worse, we put them in very small places, with all the problems antibiotics are creating, etc., etc. So we are making it worse, while all the other sectors we are making steps ahead. And that's why it's very surprising that COP26 we are not debating this as one of the main topics. I'm not saying that we don't have to debate about transportation or any other topic, but food should be at the very center. And it is irresponsible that beef is served in these restaurants. It is irresponsible. It doesn't make any sense. Would you imagine? Thank you. Would you imagine like going to a cancer conference and like giving cigarettes at the door? It would not make any sense. We are in a climate emergency summit. And we know, and there is data there, that it's actually 6 times more polluting than the plant-based. And we still put it. It doesn't make any sense. So, sorry, I talk a lot in general. So, I'm going to put like 2 imaginary worlds. One imaginary world is that there are companies around the world showing that plant-based meat is possible. That it's possible. That actually tastes very, very good, very close to meat, and in a few years will be even better. Texture-wise is very good. Much more sustainable, no animals, plus much healthier. Imagine this world. This world is real, and it's not Heura, it's Beyond Meat, it's Vivera, the Vegetarian Butcher, and many other companies all around the world showing that this is possible. This is the first. And the second is, let's imagine a world where we have this data. We have the data that we have 10 more animals killed every year than humans on Earth for human consumption. Imagine that this is possible in a world. Imagine that we know data that 60% of the pollution created, emissions created by the food system comes from animal agriculture, while they just provide 18% of the calories worldwide and just 37% of the protein. We would think that this would be an inefficient model of feeding the world. And let's imagine that last year, one very important university said that you can reduce your footprint, just your footprint as an individual, by 73% by ditching dairy and meat. Let's imagine this world. So this world is again possible. It is possible, and it's not us saying it, that we are from the plant-based side. It's University of Oxford, it's FAO, it's United Nations. There are organizations that are not vegan, are organizations that they just follow data. They do reports and they put data on the table. So again, we have a tool, which is plant-based meat at the moment, and maybe in the future will be another tool, but at the moment we already have a very good tool. Plant-based meat, it is there. We just have to make it available and democratic. And we have another tool, which is information. And the information is on the table. So having these two, if we don't like move forward, if COP is actually not finalizing these like last 10 days with big like movements ahead in this problem, that will be irresponsible. And this is like the main message as like the whole industry. And I think we would kind of agree in that if we end up this COP26 not placing meat at the very center of the debate and the agreements, it would not make any sense, this COP26. It would be, again, another theater. So let's not make a theater. This is a call to everyone, politicians and global leaders, and then it's a call for all of you, guys. We vote 3 times a day as humans, 3 times a day at least. The ones that we have the pleasure to have food on our tables, we vote 3 times a day, and we can decide which impact we have in the world. So let's make good decisions, step by step. Let's not be perfect, but I think we have enough information to start to move forward to a plant-based diet and have a better world for animals, planet, and for ourselves as well, because there's a lot of data about how meat affects your health. So let's move forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Bernat, for this very passionate speech, and we're going to open the floor now. I just also want to mention that it's good to see topics like food systems gaining so much attention both in side events and press conferences, so that's already something good.